What's up? What's up, everybody? We are officially back with another one. The spot where the news brings you the news, the hard corner. Before we start, shout out to everybody around the planet. People been hitting me up asking why we late with this one. Well, there was so much shit going on around the planet. We couldn't just come up half-ass. We want to show you all the goods. We want to show you cock, balls, and everything. Yeah, we didn't just want to show you the berries without the twig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, there was a lot of stuff going on this week. So bottom line is we were gathering a lot of stuff, and here we are. Again, shout out to everybody supporting the movement. Hit the link right there. You have to tune in. You have to subscribe. Pass it around. Leave comments and all that stuff. It's real important. It gets our podcast in front of more people, and it helps us continue the fucking movement. You know what I mean? Yep. So hit that link right there. Take a picture of it, highlight it, go there. It'll take you to where you gotta go. Busky, what you been up to? Let the people out there know what's cracking.
Just good. It's been a busy week for me. I don't know. I mean, I know you're busy getting ready for these shows coming up. Just working. A lot of cool design stuff. I actually want to shout out Freddie Elva and Chaka from Burn. They've got a new Urban Styles Black Book coming out that I just recently did the layout for. So you'll be seeing some news on that coming up. So
we'll get
another busy week.
We'll get them on when they drop that shit for sure.
Yep, for sure.
That's cool. And what is that shit? We're like, it's just a black book, like pictures and layouts or something.
It's based around the New Breed compilation that they put out. So a lot of just cool graffiti artists, Mike Gallo, a lot of people we know growing up, doing graffiti and Black Book style. So
hell yeah, good shit. That's dope. And if you've been living on this planet, well, I know a lot of people that are mentally on another solar system or whatever, solar system, planets, or whatever the fuck the word is. But long story short, we just announced today the full lineup, Rebellion 2023. Madball, H2O, Drain, Hazen Street, Hometown Crew, The Take, and Additional Time. Listen, everybody, especially to my European family who I miss so much. We're not everywhere yet, but this is the spot to be. And guess what, everybody? Wherever you're at on the planet, who knows whenever you're going to be able to see Madball, H2O, and Hazen Street on the same stage, on the same tour ever again. It's definitely a rarity, but it's a tour. It's gonna be the right way to go back to Europe, which we haven't been back in a couple of years, and I'm glad we're getting to go. Obviously, with the fam H2O and bringing that new blood, the Drain, and bringing the Take. It's important. Like we be talking about the new blood and the OGs. We got to keep the shit rocking together. Back in the day, nobody cared. Nobody looked at it as a young band, older band. It was just a matter of if you were showing up to the shows, if you were representing, and you were pushing the culture. Everybody, we got to bring it back to that shit. Yeah. Forget about how people dressed and what you were listening to when you were fucking a kid. That was 30, 40 years ago. Support the movement that is still, that as long as the soul and the heart is right, you should be backing it. Remember, when we were kids, people said everything we were listening to was bullshit. So, You know what I mean?
Yep.
But, again, what more you want in a motherfucking tour? Shout out to Monster Energy, Scorp and the fam, Monster Music. They fucking really support the underground because there's nothing more underground than every motherfucker right here on this fucking, on this flyer.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to that. Go check that shit out. And speaking of shows, this just actually popped up. The first show is tomorrow. We had to represent the Godfathers, Agnostic Front in South Florida. We know about the dates, but we just literally got the flyer right now. And since the show's going to air now, boom.
Yeah.
First show is today, right? In Tampa?
First show's tomorrow in Tampa.
Tomorrow. Boom. Yep. Miami, Melbourne, and you work your way up, Florida, up the coast, New Jersey, Albany, all that good shit. Listen, Agnostic Front. Roger looks better than Stigma, looks better than ever. They're killing it. Like, man, I see the videos. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck's, I think I need to do the operations Roger was doing.
Yeah. That new drummer is awesome too. I don't know if anybody has noticed they have a new drummer, and he's fucking awesome. So even if, musicians out there take note because they sound amazing. This guy's more of a metal drummer.
Yeah.
So a lot of the crossover songs come out a little bit harder, and so they sound amazing and they look amazing. You would never know that this band has been around as long as they have.
Yeah, man, for sure. And again, setting the bar. Whenever you see Agnostic Front, they're setting the bar. You're literally watching history. You know what I mean? That they how far you could push it. Every time they play, they push it. Yeah. So, like Salt and Pepper, push that shit. Yeah. Oh, look! Speaking of push it, look at the little old lady on the bottom right of the flyer.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Put that flyer back, Gator. Yeah. Let's catch that little subliminal. Like it was a little old to Stigma, I think. Yeah. Where's that flyer? No flyer. All right. No, I guess no flyer. I guess the flyer don't get this. But what else we got going on? And the flyer's dope, by the way. Speaking.
Yeah, it's super dope.
What else we got? We got some other shit going on. There's a lot of holiday shit going on.
We got a lot of good a lot of good benefits coming up. Hardcore for the holidays. This is a cool one coming up in Colorado in Fort Collins. Our boy Mark from Time Heist sent this to us. So hardcore for the holidays, toy drive in Fort Collins, suicide cages, Wolf Blitzer, Ruckus, watching people drown in Wrong Choice, bring a toy or item from the list from a donation as entry. December 15th at the Coast in
list Denver represent Denver. We will be in the building also on the Mad Ball. The Mad Ball Express is going to be rolling through town. And shout out to my fam out in Denver and the whole scene in Denver. The last couple of times we were out there, Denver always had love for us. We never got to go there much. But the last couple of times we rode through with Suicidal, there were some of the best shows we've had in the States, period. Just that feel and the energy and just, I fuck with Denver, man. And Denver got some of the best food also, man. Like, I don't know if it's the hippie, the altitude, or what it is.
It's shout out to spot, my man.
What do you call somebody who's from Denver? A Denverdian? What do you call it?
Denvian? I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, shout out to all you deviants from Denver.
Yeah. Deviants, yeah.
Deviants. Listen, all you deviants from Denver, hit me up if they call you something else. But look, whenever there's anything for the kids, you just support. And I just caught something really dope. I don't know what it is. Look at the top left corner, the MCH and the chicken or the rooster. That shit is.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. Fried chicken is my fucking weakness, but I fuck with that right there.
But what that means? What's the
I think it's some vegan, maybe like or Earth Crisis motto.
All right. I'll take it. It's a cool logo.
MC Hard Chicken.
MC Hard Chicken, sure. Hard cock.
Hard cock.
I don't know, man.
Not so much.
I don't know.
I'll pass on that part. I like it though. If it's anything to do with fucking fried chicken, I'm in.
Yeah,
but
I like it.
Again, man, for the kids, and that's dope. That again, you got to think about it. Besides the show, these are people, from the scene making it happen for the less fortunate. You know what I mean? We're fortunate enough to be like, I don't want to go, but we have the money to do it, the means to do it. So, donate, support it, pass the flyer around, do what you could do. But Denver and Colorado, keep representing. I fuck with Colorado, and we will be there soon.
Definitely.
And what else? There's a couple of toy drives going on, right?
There is. Yep. There's another one. This one's been popping off every year for a while now for the children out in California. SOS Booking has been handling this for a few years now, and it's another one that's just every year just keeps getting cooler, bigger, and better. And
man,
this thing's now turned into a 2-day, banger
extravaganza. Let's before we go, I want you to start from the bottom of day one. But Los Angeles, at the Belasco. I don't even know where that spot is, but it's gonna go off. I'll tell you that much. But let me know. I'll read them off, Busky, from the bottom to the top.
Well, Saturday, December 17th, starting with Pull Your Card, Cruelty from the UK, Risk, Last Wishes, Buried Dreams, Flesh Water, Age of Apocalypse, Momentum, Ingrown, Fuming Mouth, Koyo, King 9, Harm's Way, Drain, and Rotting Out headlining.
Man, that's a very powerful day right there.
Yep.
There's a whole lot of meathead, a whole lot of flavor. There's a lot of a good mix of shit in that.
Yep.
Right there. You know, a lot of new blood and Rotting Out, you know, I guess, well, they're not new blood, but they're like the young OGs kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Rotting Out, but it's dope. Again, Drain doing that thing, Harm's Way. It's good to see King 9 and Koyo. They are everywhere. That's another band, man.
Long Island. And I just went and saw Hangman over the weekend, which is guys from Pain of Truth, Mikey Smith. And I didn't realize that one of the members of Hangman is in Koyo. So again, it's just that generation of younger kids that, you know, started some new bands 5, 6, 7 years ago. They're now popping off. Yeah. And you know, they're figuring out how to play their instruments and write songs and fucking they're growing up, you know. So Koyo, again, like you said, they're just popping up everywhere, but that's just a new Long Island style, you know, pop punk.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Hardcore. Yeah, they're definitely grinding, and I like to see that again the mix of the crews of friends, you know, popping off a lot of different flavored type bands. You know what I mean? It's good to hear bands for you know, people from this band are in this band and this band is, you know, and vice versa. It's like it gives it a good dynamic, and it's, you know, it goes back to the whole Baltimore crew from Trapped Under Ice, Turnstile. That whole crew they just fucking you know, they started that whole cuck hardcore scene where people like watching their mates bang other people, I guess. But I mean, play with other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
You know, they roll into parking lots and they put their band members out and watch them play with other band members. No, but I'm saying on the real, like they all interact, they all, you know, it's cool to see that whole vibe. That's how it used to be when I was younger too. You know, it seemed there was like more of that, you know.
I was just gonna say, it reminds me of the 80s, you know what I mean? Like that sort of Rev era when, you know, all these guys were in Side by Side together, they were in Judge together, they were in all, you know, whatever, they just shared members and, you know. So yeah, it's totally cool to see all that for sure. And then the second day is, you know, even just as insane, you know, Sunday, December 18th.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. Look at let's start from the bottom.
Yeah.
I am the fire starter. A fire starter. Foreign Paint, The World. We're actually doing some shows with them. I believe they're on the run coming up with us. That's The World from fucking Bean. I believe they're from Boston, right?
I'm not even sure.
I think so, but shout out to them. They're on the tour. Who else? Abrasion, Law of Power, California, Section 8. You know what's up? Vamachara, right? Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Vamachara. They better be at least one Mexican in that band. At least one. Inclination, Minus, Disgrace, Take Offense. Shout out to the fam and Take Offense. Same thing with Internal Affairs. Vane FM. Is that how you would say it? Vane FM? I thought Vane was his own thing.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like some new thing going on because I've seen a couple other bands that are adding that FM to the end. So I think they're just starting their own thing. You know what I mean? Like the FM thing that's new to me, and I'm pretty sure that I saw another band that is called something.fm. So I think this just is, you know, some new culture of dudes starting some shit. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna do Hoya. FYL, fuck your life, bing bong.
Yeah.
Oh, no, right, that's them shit. All right.
I could do Busky.am.
AM. Static.
Yeah. Boring public radio.
And shout out to fucking Tsunami. You know why I love it? They got their fucking, I mean, I saw they're riding on the terror, but I like how Tsunami got their logo and everybody's like real basic, and they got the Tsunami, just like the little graph logo,
the bubble letters,
all that, the bubble letters, and fucking we got Terror, and they're performing the lowest of the low. Which record is that in their arsenal?
That would have been the first. It's not really a full length. I guess it's a longer EP, but it was their first, you know, sort of official offering.
What was some of the hits off that we might know today that I would know?
Shit. Lowest of the Low. That song's a banger.
I gotta, I gotta know. You know what's crazy? Like I gotta know almost from like a chorus or something, or like, you know.
Oh
What I mean?
yeah.
So start moshing for me, and then maybe I could tell from the mosh moves you do.
You wouldn't push it away. You remember
I know.
push it
Okay.
away?
Okay.
Bam, bam, bow, down, boom.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know that.
Better off without you. That was a
Okay.
banger. Keep your
And they still do.
distance.
How many songs you think they do off that still without this set?
Off
Like in
of
the regular
that,
set.
the only thing I think they still do would be Life and Death.
So everybody gonna get a fucking treat. See what I mean?
For sure. Yep, you're definitely gonna see. Yeah, there's 8 songs there was on that record, and the only thing they still play is one song, Life and Death. So yeah, it's gonna be a treat.
Yeah. No, and it's dope looking, man. It's fucking packed. I mean, there's something for everybody at the Belasco, Los Angeles. Look at a new and unwrapped toy is required for entry each day. So listen, you cheap motherfuckers out there. Yeah. This is for the kids, for the people that don't have nothing. If you're that much of a scrub and you're gonna try to think of a way to sneak in this, you're a fucking scrub. You know what I mean? For real, you're a fucking booger. But
true.
But again, for the children, man, shout out to all the bands that are part of this, man, and whoever threw it and making the shit happen.
And also, there's, just to quickly mention too, there is a let me see, get this pulled up. There's an after show.
Okay, yeah, I see that right now.
Another dope, I mean, as if that show wasn't enough, there's an after show with Dead City, Criminal Instinct, Conservative Military Image, and Repeat Offender.
$10 or free with the whole, unless you do the whole weekend, and that also is in Los Angeles. December 17th. Listen, support the whole weekend. What more you want? You got fucking something the whole fucking week there.
Yeah, it's a banger for sure.
And who's throwing an SOS? Man, SOS. Thank God for SOS on the West. They seem to be like,
Yep, that's Nate from Zabalba.
Is it? All right. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to Nate for fucking keeping the shit moving.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
There's like a variety of shit, and it seems to be like, consistent, and that's what it's all about. And 100%. Fucking and some of the family, our fucking Ichiban family, December 17th, something very, very special with a lot of meaning in history that's connected to not just the hardcore scene, but also with Madball directly. We got the hardcore punk exhibit. Santa Tattoo, Soho, New York City, December 17th. But more importantly, obviously, sponsored by Suburban Styles and a bunch of other people. But more importantly, some of our brothers and are on this, and not just because they are brothers, but they are involved with some of the most influential designs in our era of hardcore. And I'm not just saying like my stuff, the stuff from Madball, but there's like my boy Steve Huey, my brother Steve Huey. He did the Sick of It All. He did the Madball. He did the Murphy's Laws. He did a lot of classic designs that you might have seen. And Gallo, from playing the bass to doing, you probably have one of his pieces in your house right now, if it's a piece of furniture, and everybody involved with this. If you look, these are all people connected to the scene in one way or another. Yep. And what I love to see, I do it on my lives on purpose. I tell people to shout out your cities, because I love seeing that our world is more than a couple blocks big. The shit goes from, this is how a good example of how our scene moves in general. A Norway, a USA, Japan, a Brazil. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And fucking dope artists. The whole GBT, they kill it, man.
Dude, amazing. Tomoki's the man. Tomoki's the man,
Tomoki always and representing the culture.
Yep.
Without
totally.
This is what I try to stress that part, because we all have products and we all have our businesses promoting the culture, but more importantly, that it got to come from a real, honest place first. And Tomoki's a real hardcore kid. We do it from the heart. That's why you could tell when people are doing something genuinely, and that's when you should support it. And it's not people exploiting the movement. You know what I mean? If anything, they're celebrating it. Because nobody, they show that they're hardcore kids. Yeah. Every time they drop a shirt or they throw an event, people got to start being proud and start showing the world who the fuck we are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, shout out to them, man.
Yeah,
And
no,
shout out
well
to them.
said. And it's quality stuff, you know. I mean, it's not like it's just a bunch of bullshit. Look at that artwork, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like they just put out, you know, thrown together artwork or layouts or designs. I mean, these guys know exactly what they're doing. They're on top of, you know, it might sound silly, but even fashion, you know, when you look at their t-shirt designs, it's not just some weird,
Yeah.
you know, it's like they have an idea of where to put these cool prints because it's based on tattoo imagery where it fits on a certain form perfectly on the arm or on the leg or whatever, you know, like there's talent and craft that goes behind all this GBT stuff.
It's that Japanese state of mind that I'm jealous of. I always had that. I'm part Japanese. I'm part Nippo somewhere down the line, you know. But I love that. There's just some crisp and just the same type of mentality. The shit gotta feel 2.0 or we don't put it out. And I know they do the same thing. You know what I mean? Yep. Not just like, oh, it's cool. It's something that they feel like, yo, this is dope. Yeah. Let's put it out, and you know they seem to win. I don't know if you got the other flyer from this day.
We do, yeah. We'll throw it up.
Put that up because that shit got some. You can see some good examples. Some of the fucking artists, you know, some of the artwork that you know the classic shit these fucking dudes did.
Here we go.
We got it. Yeah, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah,
look at man.
Yep. Yeah.
Listen, take your pick, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are classics. This is some great stuff. This is something I would have loved to gone to. You know what I mean? If I was in town, I would have really loved to gone to. And I would definitely want to get. I'm gonna get coverage from this, and definitely go support it. Listen, you probably wearing one of these shirts right now. You know, Crown of Thorns, Municipal Waste, the Nausea OG shit. You know,
so good,
man. Even look at the Warthogs. We were talking about them. You know, from them to the the Madball and to fucking the Suicidal.
Yeah. I mean, and even the flyers, Gary Gilmore, you see him up there, the Killing Time Underdog Bulldoze flyer. You know, I mean, he's been putting flyers out, New York Flyers for decades, you know. So it's like it's amazing how the community, you know, really is, you know, it's very artistic. It's you know, and it needs these exhibits to you know, to promote it because this is where this art shit comes from, is the underground. And so many people, you see it in mainstream culture now, these art directors that work at major labels, and you know where they're fucking pilfering all these ideas for you know, all of these artists making millions, is they're coming from here. You know, and I see it because I work in that industry, in that business, and I get the fucking, you know, I get the PDFs of inspiration. Yeah, and it's all these punk things, and it's like, oh, so this pop artist wants a punk narrative.
Yeah, exactly. And whenever you see the X with any letters in any formation, you're welcome. And I don't mean for me, but I mean from the whole hardcore. Yeah, exactly.
From us. This is where this shit starts. And it's like all these people in positions in corporate offices, they know that, you know, so you got to show love to these people and these exhibits, because this is, you know, this is ground zero for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the beauty of our scene. This is what I love about our scene, how the connected to the just art in general, if it's sonically or on paper, on a t-shirt, or even on walls. You know, we got people that are doing t-shirts, and then we also know people that take the art to another level. And they're putting it up on walls. We grew up around graffiti. We grew up around, you know, just, you know, putting art up and keeping it moving and constantly creating something new. Yeah. This week, we were, you know, we got to go check out a really, really cool event. You must have seen, you know, Ezek blasting it all week, but it was the Black and Blue Art Show at Art Basel, the first annual one. We got to tap in. We dropped by. The animals were all out. We had a blast. The hard corner was in the building. And let me tell you, I want everybody to enjoy this one because I enjoyed it. And if I enjoyed it, I think you're going to enjoy it as much as I did. So let's just hit them with the video. This is day one, Black and Blue Art Show. Danny Diablo. Shout out to my brother. Let's hit him with that video, Gator.
Dope.
This is free now.
We out here. What's up? I'm in South Beach. I got my brother. Let him know we got. What's up, everybody? Hoya Rock coming at you live from South Beach. We are in South Beach for the first annual Black and Blue Art Gallery. Today we're about to hit the first annual Black and Blue Art Show with my brother Danny Diablo.
What's up? What's up? Queens.
Let's go check it out and see what time it is. What's up, everybody? We over here in South Beach. You never know who the fuck's gonna pop in on us. First annual Black and Blue Art Show. Look who we got in the motherfucking building. Oh, by the way, so everybody scammed us. You know the deal.
Yo, I dropped this sweat for hardcore. All right? Look.
Let them know. The Hard Corner. We live in South Beach. I got my brother. Let them know we got my brother White Owl, Aaron, the motherfucking Bass Mafia. Butterbrain, the brain behind Butterbrain. Let them know what time it is. What's up?
Yo, we're trying to make moves out here with Butterbrain. Do some shows, but really I'm out here representing for Danny and Scarhead, seeing Hoya, George Levels, the whole fucking Florida crew. It's beautiful.
Listen, we out here, and you playing tomorrow, right?
We're playing tomorrow with Scarhead, yep.
All right, yeah, and let them know a little bit what's up with Butterbrain. I know you guys dropped another video. You got a couple, the brain eating video and the other thing. Let them know what's up with the video.
We've been dropping a single like every month or so. We've been trying to do like a video attached to it to get a little visual, show them the band, like reintroduce the band, and the big thing was we did a single with Angelo from Fishbone.
Yep, the Fishbone.
He jumped on, did a guest spot on the track, did a video with us, and that's it. We got the album coming out right at the new year. We're dropping the album.
Where could they get the record at?
Right now, it's on Spotify. The singles are on Spotify, streaming and all that shit. We're about to throw it on Bandcamp, and we got a vinyl coming with a split single with Angelo's side band. It's called Dr. Mad Vibe and the Missing Links. So we got the single dropping with that, and then the whole album. Honestly, we're figuring it out. But I think we're gonna do Bandcamp and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, there you go. And make sure to add them on the Instagram. Go get the merch. They're always playing shows. Make sure you go check out the video on YouTube. What else? Before we out of here, what you want to let the people know?
Butterbrain NYC is the Instagram. That's where we got most of the action. We got a Butterbrain Facebook page and butterbrain.info. Shit, I don't even. I should know it, but butterbrain.net or some shit.
Butterbrain dot everything, my brother, and go check them out. We out here, hardcore.
Hard. Yo, much love for my Bass Mafia brother.
Yeah, we out here. One love. What up, everybody? You know what time it is, the Hard Corner. We over here in South Beach with the Animals at the first annual Black and Blue Art Show. Let's go see what's up with the fucking Animals. Let's go see what's cracking over here.
The Long Island Railroad, motherfucker.
Kids crew in the motherfucking house. Yeah! Let's see who's tapping in around the way. Let's go. Get that picture,
Amazing, dude.
Listen.
Oh, amazing.
Oh my God. Listen, shout out to my brother Danny Diablo. Shout out to Scam Dust. Shout out to everybody who came out to the weekend. We had a blast. That first day was crazy. Shout out to Draft. Listen, before we continue, hit that link right there. Support the movement, cop merch, or just subscribe, repost, just do something. But yo, Busky, I gotta say, I don't go out. I don't go out much at all. I'm so glad I went out. It was refreshing to see the Animals. It was it was everything worked out in a positive way. There was a good turnout. It was good to see the fellas, and a lot of it was back to basics. Us on the street, just talking shit. Being loud, being fucking gorillas.
Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And and it's amazing that this culture can continue to grow and people can have careers. And the graffiti thing, like, it was always a thing in your culture. Obviously, growing up there, me as an outsider growing up upstate, it was a huge influence because we didn't have graffiti upstate. Like, we didn't. We had chicken scratch on the wall, just bullshit. So I grew up, trying to be a graffiti guy upstate. I got arrested at 16 because I didn't know how to do it the right way because I wasn't a street city kid, whatever.
Oh, but they get caught too.
But you know what I mean? Like, at that time, it wasn't nobody was profiting from this, right?
Yeah.
There weren't art shows. There weren't fucking exhibits. There weren't canvases with graffiti on them being sold for millions of dollars. It was an underground behind a building or up on a fucking subway, so it's amazing to see these things, like you say, out in the streets, People hanging out. The culture is spilling out into the out into the streets now. And shout out to Risk, because Risk is one of those guys that's pushing that. I mean, this guy's got full fucking buildings. And he's one of our brothers. So
for sure, it was dope. Him, Gallo, his piece was there. It was good to see. A lot of MQ had a lot of stuff up. Had his stuff. A lot of people came through. A lot of writers came through, and it was a good energy. Ezek was spinning, and it was just a good vibe. And it was on South Beach, which is really rare for it to happen. We were lucky, and we had good weather and the whole shit. So, we had a blast, and that was just day one. That was just the art show. We got a day 2 coming up, but you're gonna have to stick around a little bit for that. But shout out, but definitely everybody. Next year, make it out to Miami for fucking the 2nd annual. It's going to be a good one. You never know. The hard corner might just have to get involved, and we might have to just set this whole shit up another notch. We might just have to do some fucking wild shit. You never know. Stay tuned. Everybody. But
sky's the limit, man.
Exactly. But what else we got? We got what happened in December 18th.
December 18th, Holiday Slamboree.
I like that name. Slamboree.
Shout out to Drew Stone.
I just know that. Yeah, the top is the Hardcore Chronicles. Shout out to Drew Stone and the fucking Hardcore Chronicles.
Yep.
All right, read it off. Read it off. I want to hear.
What do we got? December 18th, the Bowery Electric, Sworn Enemy, Spoiler NYC, which is guys from Alan from Life of Agony, right?
Yep, definitely. They just dropped a new video too. We're gonna get them on for that shit too.
Hell yeah, dope. We got Deja, which is Tomoki's band from GBT.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's dope.
Yep, Tomoki's band. Voice of Doom, Concrete Ties, Serial Poets, and Faded Line.
Hell yeah! Shout out to fucking Messina, everybody, all the fellas taking pictures. Sid the Kids DJing. Look at, and let's talk about the flyer. Now, this is a one color. Whatever. Dope. And the woman, shout out to the women of the pit. I see they're sneaking their logos in there more than the little dog in the newspaper. You remember the newspaper? You used to have to look for the little dog hidden in the funnies, right? There was like a little guy and a little dog you used to have to look for. Yeah. I see the little woman of the pit symbol there. But shout out to the women of the pit. And but it's a free show. You can't beat that. I know a lot of you people, your ears just went wing, free. Wing. They're like, all right, wing.
Yeah.
But no. Shout out to, again, GBT representing part of this thing, Drew Stone, the Bowery Electric. Shout out to everybody involved with that, because I know they do a lot of shows for free. Definitely go buy drinks, tip the bartenders, buy merch. Man, to be able to get free show, forget even free, but to have a venue that still shows love to the bands and just basic, because that's a hardcore club. You know what I mean? The soul of that club is from, OG hardcore, a soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Jesse Malin, what up?
Yeah, it's great to still have a place with that energy, because it's the last spot. I hate to break it to the planet. That's the last spot with the soul. I know A7 is the bar, and they had that. This is right now keeping that little part of the scene alive is the Bowery, Electric. So I'm giving it that fucking title. So if any of you other old school motherfuckers got something to say, the fucking address. Come check your boy.
It's cool that it's just literally up the block from CB's too. You know what I mean? It's still it's definitely not the neighborhood. Ground. Yeah, it's sacred ground. It's not the same neighborhood. We already know that. There's definitely not the same vibe, but it is sacred ground. It's literally a block up from CB. So it's all still there.
Yeah, shout out to Frank, the governor. He's DJing there. Yeah. He's a fucking one of my favorite DJs. There's certain bands we can't talk about that I like that he plays, but there's also a lot. What up, Frank? You know what I'm talking about. But anyway,
I think I do too.
Shout now on the real. I love when they with DJs is great, because again, our era where you'll hear from the business to breakdown to fucking, you know what I mean, Youth of Today or some shit, But again, all ages, free Sunday matinee on the fucking Bowery. You can live your whole hardcore fantasy in one shot right there. Yeah, you could talk, and you could touch Drew Stone. It's like touching like an old artifact, an old hardcore phallus.
Yeah.
Shout out to Drew Stone.
Yes.
What else we got here? What else we got going on over here in the fucking
What else we got? We got another
Philly.
Philly, another stacked weekend. It's amazing how these things just keep coming up and they're getting bigger, and like the small show is just not a thing anymore. It's just these huge, massive things. But Philly always comes correct. This is hardcore. There's a cool label called From Within Records, which is popping up. Again, they were younger bands a couple years ago, but they're now becoming the middle tier heavyweight bands. So From Within Records and Plead Your Case is putting together Hardcore Pride Weekend at the Church in Philly, Friday, March 24th, and Saturday the 25th. And it's a banger. Gridiron, Magnitude, Simulacra. A lot of these bands, you hear a lot of Mind Force, Seed of Pain, Be All End All, Live It Down. These are all, bands that we've touched on a little bit here, but you're going to be seeing more of these bands' names a lot more often because this is, the next generation.
Yeah, for sure. And what's cool, they got the whole flea market connected to it. Triple B Records, which we were talking about, all the new labels, Days, Streets of Hate, From Within Records. The Hard Corner, Smoking Word TV. Oh, it's not on there, but I'm letting motherfuckers know what time it is. Young Blood, Scheming More. But listen, the whole weekend you got passes for $50. Each show is $30. Hardcore Pride Weekend. You got the .com there. Philadelphia is very powerful right now. Doing that thing and holding up the left arm right now on the body. You know what I mean? So shout out to Philadelphia and Joe and everybody else throwing this and fucking at the Church. You know what I mean? Shout out to religious people for giving the people of Pennsylvania a fucking place to hear our music.
Yeah,
fucking heathen
for
sloths.
decades too. That's not like the Church isn't just some overnight thing. That Church has been fucking putting on shows for 20 plus years.
Exactly, you heathen sloths out there.
Shout out to the Church.
Yeah, everybody's the devil. I know. Everybody wants to wear those fancy boots from Balanchica, whatever the stupid shit I can't even pronounce. Freaking bunch of sickos. But anyway, back to the your previously programmed hardcore episode. Anyway, but what else we got? We got a Flat Spot Records showcase. Brooklyn at the Brooklyn Monarch. This is a fucking pretty stack too. And this is a show. This is a cool thing.
Yeah.
When is this? Well, let me see this right quick. April 8th. So there's some time before this one.
Yep.
But man, look it. You got right off the grip, Jive Bomb. I fuck with them. That's one of my secret weapons from Baltimore. Everybody got like I said, we always needed the Krishna band, the Oi band. You got that's the hard girl band. We got I want to say a hard girl band. She's the hard front woman in the band, but I like the band. That's like, Bugging, another band I fuck with. We covered too. Same thing. Got that swag, that flavor, that shit that we are more familiar with. It's like, it's crazy that I connect to almost some of more of the younger bands.
Yeah.
in some ways than the older ones, you know what I mean? They seem to still that era of the early 90s is still fresh to them, and what we came up in. So but Raw Brigade.
There you go.
And we got End It, who's fucking all over the place. Regulate, King 9, all over the place. Scowl, shout out to Scowl. Speed, fucking killing it right there.
Yes.
I mean, what do we got? It's at, where is that? All right. Flat Spot Record, Pabst Blue, St. Vitus presents. Oh, it's at they presented. All right. So I guess they're sponsoring it, right?
Yeah. St. Vitus has been helping put on shows other places recently. I saw Brooklyn Monarch and stuff.
Yeah. That's why I got confused, because I know Machine Head. Shout out to Machine Head for fucking, they just played St. Vitus, which is cool. I just saw some shit online. Yeah. It's dope when, you could go back to that. It's cool. We got to play there. It was a dope show, actually. We played there once.
Yeah.
It's kind of
cool.
But
this thing's amazing. And I think this is actually Speed's first East Coast appearance. They played Sound and Fury last month or a couple months ago, whenever that was, over the summer. And that was their first US appearance. They're, that awesome band from Australia. So I think this is their first East Coast appearance. So I would expect this is going to be, if anybody saw the footage, is what I'm getting at. The footage of Speed at Sound and Fury was out of control.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting, this is probably going to be just as amazing. And, shout out to Ricky and Che at Flat Spot. They've been putting in a lot of work on the label over the years. And, this is the payoff. You look at this and they've now got a lineup. They've got a roster and they've got a catalog of releases and bands that are fucking putting on, and this is their world. All these bands are on Flat Spot and they're all, like you said, they're all fucking putting on and they're dope. So this should be super cool. And yeah, it's a few months out, but I would expect it's going to sell out, so that's why we're announcing it early. So I would, get on getting those tickets when you can and definitely check it out because, this is the shit right here.
Yeah, shout out to Ricky. And Ricky, you owe us a mic. Don't think I forgot. But yeah, definitely shout out Flash. Shout out to Flashback and all those bands. I fuck with all of them, man. I got to say, I'm psyched at all the new blood. There's a lot of variety and a lot of, there's a lot of bands getting me excited about, the music that I loved, that I grew up loving. I feel like, I feel like I got a side piece now with the same girl. It's like, I feel like I bought her a new pair of garter belts for me, my girl or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, whoa, I took off the smock or whatever.
Yeah.
I got a new anyway. But anyway,
yeah, it's
whatever.
a twisted love triangle you've got going there.
I know it's something. And what do you want me to do? It's connected either with sex or food. You know what I mean? And hardcore music and everything. But anyway, speaking of all that good shit, if you want to support the fucking show, the Hard Corner, the Smoking Word podcast, go cop that merch. Everything is done in-house by your boys. We got snapbacks, we got t-shirts. We just dropped. We got a new Hard Corner hoodie dropping in long sleeve, so make sure you tap in casaderock.com or hit the link, do whatever you got to do, but that's how you can support the show. Everything goes back into the show because we're planning to do a lot of more. We're trying to do location shit and we're trying to elevate the show, like we're trying to elevate the movement. But cop the t-shirts or just repost the shit. And also on this, while we're at it, this week we're gonna have merch starting Friday. Madball will be in Long Island, fucking with Life of Agony, and we're gonna be doing a little run to Arizona. We got a bunch of dates up. Check it out. Pick your poison.
We just take it.
And I'm gonna have merch, so make sure to come correct. It's Christmas in Chinooka, everybody.
Bring that wallet. Bring that credit card. Bring whatever. Get some merch.
Bring your Chinooka money. Bring your Kwanzaa loot. Bring your Christmas loot. I don't care. We're coming with fire. Texas. Listen. El Paso. Arizona. Even more on the real. I'm excited to be back in Long Island, but even more, we're going to be playing the Middle East, which I thought was fucking gone. And as much as I always fuck with Boston, and we will always own Boston, New York Yankees for life, but I got mad love for Boston. That's fam right there. And especially the Middle East. We got a lot of history there. The Rat and the Middle East. And I'm glad that we're back there and back at the Middle East. If I'm going to be back in Boston, it's like, I got to be back to my roots. And if it ain't the Rat, it got to be the Middle East. So,
saw a good Madball show with Marauder and Earth Crisis there in the Middle East.
Yeah, man.
Once in the probably late 90s.
Yeah,
so
it was the spot. Yeah, I love it. And everything,
great.
man. The chants right after that, like we're getting to play some really cool places that we don't play all the time, but we know we got a lot of love from Kansas City through some spots in Texas. So I'm bringing mad merch. And the Hard Corner will be going live, and we're taking footage and all that stuff. So make sure you follow and all that good shit. So, all right, what else?
Yeah, that's a good little run. That's a good.
Yeah,
run.
yeah. It's actually like a good in a good zone of some cities that we haven't been.
Yeah,
and we get some love at, and it's also we have a lot of family at too. So it's a little bit. It's good for the holidays. It's like a feel good little run.
Yeah, for sure.
What do we got? We got some new shit on the, and then on the we got the new shit section.
Yeah, new shit.
Boom.
We've been talking about reaching out. You know, this is cool. Again, from within records, like we just mentioned. You know, newer label putting out some of these newer bands. Reaching out is, you know, a band we've touched on before. Friends of ours have children in this band. So, you know, it's amazing to see the generation continue to grow and evolve. And reaching out, this is their new cassette that just came out, What Was Left. 5 brand new tracks, limited 100 purple tapes. So just an awesome, cool new release. And, you know, we were talking a little bit about the band even evolving before this. You know, they were more of a simple hardcore youth crew, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Traditional style.
Yeah. And this is definitely a little bit harder. They even put on here for fans of Marauder, you know, which I don't think you would have heard on the last demo even. So it's definitely a little bit more metal, a little bit harder. And these guys are just growing up. You can hear they're learning how to write, you know, songs better and play their instruments. And it's a really cool release. So definitely check that out for sure.
Yeah, it's well done. And it's the right it's the right growth from them because you know, it's not people just jumping around trying to find their style. They started like how we all the same on the same path, kind of that. Not that the route we took is the right one, but a similar one where, you know, we start off with a very basic, what's easy to grasp type of style, and then as we evolve as players, sometimes, you know, it comes out in the music, and we might become more into the rock and roll part of writing music or the heavier part of writing music, and we all did it. You know, my early stuff sounded like, you know, literally like garage punk, really sloppy, but at the end of the day, what I was trying to do was what Slayer was doing and Agnostic Front was doing, kind of thing. But I wasn't good enough. But the progression is right and well done. I told Beto, I heard that shit, I was like, yo, I hear that metal shit, and I meant it with also with love, because it's done dope. And I think it's where they should be going. If they were doing it and it was not coming off, you would feel it. It's where they're at. I think if they keep going, they're a band to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Because the shit's on the right path already. I like it, you know, and I think it's you know, the plane is dope. The plane is real good. So they just got, my whole thing is, it's easy to all the new bands. My little drop in the well is, you know, I love it. I love the energy, but energy dies unless you keep it going. You know what I mean? So the whole thing is, okay, now you got this. Now what you do next? Yeah. You don't think of what you just dropped. When you got this record finished, you should be thinking of the next thing you guys should be doing. Yeah. It's just, this is how you keep building. And as players and as music, and we need those sprockets, those permanent sprockets, to keep this shit going. You know what I mean? Along the way, there's always bands that come and go, but we need a couple core members always. You know,
totally, yeah.
A couple spark plugs, yeah. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
But shout out to reaching out again. You know, I love seeing the growth, and I don't even like saying that shit, like putting them on some little kid shit, because they're not. But they're just the young generation. But it's cool to see them come up already. You know, we've seen the progression and hearing it, like, and it's cool shit.
And they have a record release show coming up too. Definitely want to shout this out too, because it's an awesome flyer. And reaching out with Fool's Game, band called Adrian, Not One Truth, Killing Me, and Hate Still Burns, February 4th. And that's in New Jersey. So
Jimmy's Lounge. Go support that shit. $15.
Yep.
What more you want? And then but yeah, a lot of, and also you know, on the topic earlier of psychos, my brother Danny Diablo, of course. Look at with Kanye in the news, we had to come at him with something a little bit different. We got Jesus Was a Jew. Shout out to Danny Diablo versus Piss Mob. Jesus Was a Jew. Black Friday. Listen, it's out on everything.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
You know, the title says it all. Me, you know, even me trying to explain it would not do it justice. But you know, he was a Jew. I wonder what Kanye would have to say about this.
I don't know.
Check out the next episode of The Spoken Word. We're gonna have Ezek, Kanye, and fucking Fauci. and and Danny Bonaducci for the fuck of it. And a partridge in a pear. Yeah, but fucking up. But shout out to E again. He's working. He's all over the place. You know, painting. You know, yelling into mics, rhyming. You know, and good luck to him. He's headed out to fucking Milwaukee to set some shit off. So keep a lookout for him out there. But go check this out. Jesus Was a Jew. Danny Diablo versus Piss Mob on all platforms.
It's out there.
Yeah. And since we're on the topic, might as well stay on the topic of fucking psychos and gorillas. On Friday, again, I had such a blast. We caught round 2, Scarhead in South Beach. Again, the Hardcorners in the building. And let me just play the fucking video and you see for yourself. But hit him with that shit, Gator. Scarhead, South Beach. And a little bit more. What up, everybody? Hoya Rock, we over here. The Hardcorners in the motherfucking building. We in fucking South Beach, Miami. We're hometown heroes.
Yes, sir. Body blow in the house. What's up?
305 till we die, boy.
Listen. People don't know, but Miami got that fucking history with that New York. Not just that New York hardcore shit, but that hardcore shit.
Miami style.
Tell them what's up, fellas. Let them know a little what's going on.
We are here at fucking Diablo Fest. Scarhead 42. Body blow in the house. Here to kick shit off, and it's gonna be Scarhead style. You already know everything a buck.
We got that little Miami, New York mix going on right now.
Let them know exactly. And what's the deal? What you guys got? Something new? Anything new? Any new shows? Let them know what's going on.
We got a few songs. We gotta write one more for a 5-song EP. It's gonna be called Path of Destruction. It should be out 2023, no doubt. And look out for it.
Sir.
Anything you want to let the people around the planet know before we get out of here?
It's just at all times of the hour is 305 till we die. You already know. Croquetas, pastelitos, cafecito. It's all day going on.
It's New York style. It's Miami style, man. All day, every day, man. We're about this.
Word up. I don't know if they got paperwork, but listen, check it out. They're representing. You know what time it is. We out here, the Hardcorner, Smoking Word TV, Body Blow, Miami.
Tap in. Oh, baby. Been waiting for. It's all about love, peace, and happiness. Wait up, Hoya. That is my brother Hoya from Corona Queens and Bad Boy right there. Check this out. We grew up in Queens, and we didn't know better. We were just kids, and now we travel the fucking world and do music. That's fucking crazy, man. This is it, guys. Miami.
And
Looks
there
like a
you
good
go.
one.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, shout out to Body Blow. They're holding it down for Miami. Shout out to Fortitude. Shout out to everybody who played that day. White Owl, Butterbrain, Dimmy. Man, everybody. It was good to see a lot. I haven't seen those guys in a minute, and it was good to see them and just hang out. And shout out to Scam Dust again. I don't want to say in rare form. He was informed.
He was informed.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
That's not
It's
rare at all. That's
that's
just that's a day.
but it's
in the
good to
life.
see he's back. It's almost like,
Yeah.
okay, he's still there. He's still with us.
Yeah.
And but it was cool. Like we had a blast just hanging out again, doing this shit. Now we're in South Beach. You know, it was a good change, you know, of atmosphere. I think everybody should definitely try to make it out next time because the weather and everything gives it a good, you know, it was a good vibe for the whole event. You know what I mean? Real laid back and, you know, good energy, man. Shout out to everybody, even the club. You know, it was a block off the beach. It's a rarity for Miami. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
but shout out to Sev One was in the fucking building. Shout out to everybody who came and represented, who fucking paid, bought merch. You know, we were in there, yo, representing, man. I love it. Miami, you know, Miami is my home. I'm New York, but Miami, South Florida is my home, and there's a lot of people out here repping. You know, there's a lot of history out here too. People don't know it, but there is, and also we got who else we got? We got some new shit on. What else we got here? What's something?
Yeah, we got some European shit to pop off. Yeah,
Yeah.
wait. Cool shit from Norway, actually.
Oh
And,
shit! All right.
Yeah, it was put
Nice.
out on a dope label called Control Records, and our buddy Adam from London helped put it out too on the Essence. Yeah, just an awesome 12-song or a 12-inch 8-song EP from this Norway band called Wait, called Violence of the Divine, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's New York style, obviously. You know, Europeans love that New York flavor vibe, the groove, whatever, but good a little bit of thrashiness in it. They say Nuclear Assault meets the Icemen, so I think that's a pretty fair description, and it's just dope, you know. Cool logo,
You know,
cool
and I love Norway. Mab only played Norway like fucking maybe once or twice ever.
Yeah.
But we always had people that traveled, that would come, that I would meet, that follow the, you know, from the podcast who would just throughout Europe, Norway, and you know, yeah, and it's dope because I want people to know that it ain't just about panda looking people out there, the panda metal, you know, people. There's a lot of hardcore motherfuckers out there representing. And I want to, and as a little tidbit out there, there's actually a baby named Hoya from Norway. The last time we played there, homeboy came. He's like, yo, my wife couldn't make it because she just had our baby and we named him Hoya. I got on the phone with her and everything. So there's a Viking baby and it's Hoya. It sounds a little bit, you know, fucking Norse.
Yeah.
But no joke. And I said on the guest list forever. So yeah, and there's another baby Hoya in fucking Syracuse. But yeah, I just let you know.
Oh, really?
So listen. I used to think only bulldogs and cats got named after me, but I actually got two babies.
Shit, you made it to the human race now.
Yeah, I made it to the humans. So, and they're two fine human beings that are going to probably take over the world. So shout out to all the baby Hoyas around the planet that aren't mine.
Amazing.
That I didn't make with my DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to shout out from South Florida, man. The boys from Rise, they support. They're from West Palm, and they've been around for a minute. They're like new metal. They got like a hardcore energy. You got to check them out. They're really good dudes. They just dropped a new video. They sent me the thing. I couldn't get the right link, but either way, they're on. Go check them out on YouTube, on their Instagram. They're from West Palm. We played with them the last time we played up here. Good dudes. The band sounds great, real tight. And they've been doing their thing, and they're holding it down for West Palm. So it's South Florida, but it's like north of the South. So shout out to our friends in the North, South.
Dope. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
RIZE_WPB is their Instagram.
Yeah, definitely. Go check them out, though. They're definitely holding it down for heavy music in the under Melbourne and Orlando line of heavy music, you know. Next up in line, it's these guys coming up, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, as far as before you get to a Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, you know what I mean? So it's cool, you know.
Dope.
And what else we got here?
And then we got what
This
else?
is some other. This is some other new shit right here. This is the how you would say this? Not how you say this.
Natal cleft, maybe.
I was gonna say Natal cleft.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm whiting it up too much.
Yeah, no,
natal.
I very much doubt these guys are from Panama, but they're from Ecuador. I'll say it's a natal cleft. Let's say natal cleft. All right.
Sure.
But what you know about them? I didn't even check that. I know they
This
got.
was I think this was a user submission. So again, you know, if you want to send us your music, we're not, you know, we're gonna hook you up. So I gave it a quick listen. It's definitely progressive. It's definitely, you have to have a lot of talent in music to understand what's going on in these songs.
Got you.
But that doesn't mean that, you know, just because it doesn't necessarily hit our radar, that it's not going to hit somebody else's. And we appreciate everybody fucking submitting and sending us their music, you know. So definitely out there, technical, progressive black metal, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, that's what they got. That's pretty bugged out. And where they're from, I see right now, but they're from Austria.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Because I see under it says you can also purchase our merch tapes.
Okay.
And whatever production Austria. I was just gonna say because it makes sense. Austria loves. They could play, and they got a technical thing to them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know the Austrians are real refined people.
Yeah.
But I you know, I didn't even. We usually try to check out, or you know, one of us always tries to check out something.
Yep.
I actually curious of this just because it sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, and I want to say there was actually something that has to do with Nile, that band Nile.
Yeah. Oh, I want to say I seen that too. Yeah, that members of
Members
something.
of
Yes.
or something. Yeah. So
Yep,
if
I've seen
anybody's
that.
that technical Nile sort of death metal,
Yeah.
black metal, I think this would probably be right up your alley. It's actually even probably a little bit more progressive than even that stuff. It was pretty out there. So it's super cool though if you're into that stuff.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's on their Bandcamp, and you know, especially Bandcamp. I think that's, you know, they're really, you know, grassroots, like coming up, well, you know, from the, I don't want to say the bottom, but really from the start. You know what I mean? With a Bandcamp, not, you know, especially if there were guys that came from other bands that, you know, already could have probably came in with a label interest or whatever, and they just basically want to put music out there, which I think is the way to go.
It's the way to
start
go.
something
Yeah.
new.
It's like starting a demo, you know, you put your demo, but instead now you put it on Bandcamp, you know, so it's like, it's a great starting point for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm glad there was a lot of shit going on. I'm glad this whole weekend was fucking crazy. I'm glad we fucking got around to it. And I'm about to leave for this tour tomorrow night. First show, like we said, is in Long Island. And everybody, if you're listening to this, we're going to put it up tonight or tomorrow. Add us and make sure you hit a reminder, because we're going to probably go live Friday from the fucking club, from the backstage. And you don't know who the fuck is going to be popping up or whatever. Yeah. So try to tune it. Not even try, do it or miss out. But before we hit him with the last shit, Busky, anything about anything else fucking going on before we get out of here?
I think I'm good, man. You know the deal. Just to like, follow, subscribe on our end. Become a part of the movement. You know, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Patreon, all that stuff. And I look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Hell yeah, more like in a couple hours.
I know, for real. A couple in a day.
We'll touch base. But shout out to everybody around the planet for touching base. Listen, support the movement that supports the movement, the Hard Corner. And the way we want to leave this is, we ended the weekend nice and chill. And shout out to the 1975. If you don't know who the 1975 are, they're like a pop rock band. And if you do know who they are and you're saying, why the fuck am I talking about them? For a lot of reasons. Number one, they fuck with hardcore. Nobody's claiming to be Vinny Stigma, but they show a lot of love to hardcore, and they know what time it is. And they know what time it is with the fucking the Hard Corner and the Smoking Word TV movement. So we went to go check them out. Shout out to my brother Martin. I love you. And everybody else around the planet. Everybody, yo, Gator, hit him with that. And we out, Busky. To the next one.
Peace.
See you Friday, party people. We out. The Hard Corner's in the building. What's up, everybody? Hoya Rock, we in the building. Round 3, we in Fort Lauderdale, but this time we fucking shit up a little different. 1975, Fort Lauderdale. Let's get it going on. '75, Fort Lauderdale. The hard corners in the building.